All right. Good morning. Early morning crypto talk. Bitcoin Brandon here on a Tuesday morning in Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on the YouTube channel. We got Who Me, Linda Reuter from Graham, Washington, Tony Pinkston from Philly, Stan Williams, Tampa, Florida, Lorna Vasquez, Court Gomes, Florida. Good morning, good morning. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. Good morning, Shauna from North Carolina. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get your return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make it happen? Make a decision. Stay focused. Do not get distracted. Find your vehicle. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. So let me pull up screen share. See, what can we learn today? What can we learn this morning? All right, so we've got up here, look at coin market cap. While this is still loading for me. So we're at 133 billion. It's gone up a little bit. It was at 132 billion last night. BTC dominance 51.3%, so it's dropped from 51.7%, which means that money went to the altcoin. Bitcoin is at 3904. Ethereum 134. Ripple's down a bit. Litecoin and EOS is up. Binance coin had a run, 4%, but other than that, the market looks pretty flat. Best performers over the last 24 hours. Crypto.com chain. Never heard of that. But it had 140% rise, and it's the number 34 coin. 34? Wow, they came out of nowhere. Look at this flat, 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 boom. Market cap of 187 million. 3.4 billion circulating supply, worth 5 cents. See, Zcoin, 57% rise, Decred, Ravane, Aurora, Ardor. You know what this looks like here? Look at all these coins over the, in the top 50 and above. That goes right in line with an article I'm going to read here called Old School Altcoins Can't Stop Popping. We're going to cover that in a moment, right after this, because this leads me into green. Why I know green's going to make some people millionaires. Worst performers, Engine Coin is still the top worst performer. Surprising. Well, not really, because like I said the other day, they made that announcement that they are working with Samsung, which gave them an initial surge. All the old holders that have the coin here sold. And so you see it coming back down. They sold. So that's why you see that happening. And I don't blame them. Remember, the goal is to make a profit. So if you've been holding this coin all this time and it's been down here, and all of a sudden it grows by 100 something, 200-300%, sell, get some profit. But make sure you hold on a little bit for the long term. Digitex is double negative. ABBC coin, Raven coin, Theta, Project Pi. So what's going on with the altcoins? Let's look at this. All old school altcoins can't stop popping. Why I'm excited about green. Let me post this. Good morning, those of you that just came on. Karen from Oregon, Cleve Stewart from New York, Linda, Jacqueline. All right, let's see here. Old school coins. Viacom, Grosso Coin, Steam, Engine, Civic, long forgotten altcoins, and dormant shitcoin have been having a fun week. I bet. Left, right, and center. Altcoins have been popping off, producing 100% plus gains for those fortunate to have been holding the bag. The question on many traders' minds is whether these movements are isolated events or evidence of something greater on the horizon. Could this signal the imminent return of Altseason? Well, yeah. I mean, it never left. That's one thing people say is Bitcoin coming back? It never left. The price just went down since December 2017. It's still higher than it has been the previous 8 years. The question on, let's see here. Trading volume remains muted and BTC is still stagnant. But in other respects, 2019's cryptocurrency market has escaped the barren wilderness that closed out the previous year. Across the crypto sphere, there have been green shoots of growth, and in some cases, those shoots have become beanstalks and ascended to the heavens overnight. Okay, now this is, I kind of wish green was on the market, right? Imagine green's on the market at half a penny. And then all of a sudden, it has 100%, 200%, 500% gain and goes to like 4 or 5 cents in a week. Cha-ching. So across the crypto sphere, there have been green shoots of growth. On March 11th, Viacom, which has languished in the crypto doldrums for months, went stratospheric, rising by over 80% in just a couple of hours. Here's also where education is important, guys. Those of you that own green coin, when they go on the market and things remain stagnant for 30 days and 2 months, and you're like, man, I paid all this money for a mining rig and I got these coins. They're not worth nothing. It's been sitting here for 2 months. I think I'm just going to go ahead and sell. You have the wrong mindset. That's what people thought about Bitcoin in 2010. Hold your coins. It can, in a matter of hours, it can dramatically turn around. A couple of days later, it was another altcoin with a Dutch connection, Grosso Coin, that embarked on a moon mission, shooting up by over 200%. While movements of this magnitude have not been mirrored across the board, they are by no means isolated cases. In recent weeks, traders have become accustomed to awakening to news of another random altcoin doing a 2-time. Notable examples include Cosmo up 471% for the year, Engine Coin 318%, Ino Coin 343%, Ethereum 301%, and Theta 219%. So even with Engine Coin down 14%, it's still up 300% from what it was. Wait, Humi has something interesting. All those coins that have been popping are the ones Coinbase listed, and the ones that will be listed. That's very good. See, that's a sign. Any coin that's going to be listed on Coinbase is going to pop. Why? Because Coinbase has the most customers. People who they don't even know to look at CoinMarketCap or any other source. They only know Coinbase, and a new coin pops up on Coinbase, people are going to put money into it. That's another sign, a signal. If you ever get word that a new coin is about to be listed on Coinbase, you want to stock up on it. Here's another thing. If we find out it's not going to happen immediately, but the green coin gets listed on Coinbase, it's on and popping. I'm selling 25% when it rises. Popular wisdom holds that Altseason occurs when cryptos begin recording significant gains in unison, with movements occurring wholly on speculation rather than fundamentals, prompting BTC's dominance of the entire market to slip several percent. That hasn't occurred yet, with Bitcoin stubbornly clinging to a dominance of around 51.5% since the start of the year. Altseason is not back. Therefore, despite the fact that half of the coins in the top 50 by market cap have posted double-digit gains for the year to date, the majority by 25% or greater. Just two of the gainers from this list, Dash and Monero, 4% apiece, are in single figures for the year. And the biggest winners for the top 50, ENJ, Theta, BNB, and CRO, have notched up triple-digit growth. You know what? I'm going back to something I said January 2018. Back in those early months, I said that 2017 was the year of Bitcoin and 2018 was the year of the altcoin. I was saying that before I understood that the market was being manipulated by the futures. So what we saw in 2018 was an entire market depreciation across the board. And the infrastructure was being built, which meant everything was being put on hold. So I'm going to restate what I said then and say, I think based on this evidence, 2019, based on the evidence, has been the year of the altcoin. Because Bitcoin has remained pretty much kind of stagnant. But according to what they're saying, you look at this. Half of the coins in the top 50 have had double-digit gains. The majority, 25% or higher. Only Monero and Dash have a 4% gain. So what I said last year was right. I just got the year wrong. Most of the things that I predict is correct. The only thing that I can't predict accurately is the timing. That's the only thing I can't predict accurately. So, ENJ, Theta, BNB, and Crow have notched up triple-digit growth. While the explosive growth of altcoins such as Viacoin appears unrelated to project fundamentals, other surges are easier to attribute. Grosso Coin has just announced a fiat crypto debit MasterCard, while Engine has confirmed a partnership with Samsung that's believed to be tied to the cryptocurrency wallet that will ship with the Galaxy S10. Okay, now I find this interesting as well. Now we're seeing coins that have a real project or something behind it are starting to rise. You know, it's not across the board, all the altcoins, but the coins that have substance behind it are starting to get their due. The impressive growth of Binance's native token has also been fueled by solid development work, including the platform's forthcoming DEX and increased merchant acceptance. The crypto sphere hasn't entirely lost its mind then. Most of the altcoins popping off can be correlated, at least loosely, to tangible events. Even with this knowledge, however, predicting the next coin to pull at 2 times or 3 times remains a little more than a crapshoot. So before you guys start buying coins and you're doing your research, it's not enough just to see, does the coin, do they have a white paper? Do they have a plan? Does what they're doing make sense? Look more to, is there anything that they're actually doing in the real world? Is anybody using their application? Or is it still in theory? That should eliminate, you know, half of the coins right there. That you should, if they have, for me personally, if they have no real world use to it, I'm not even looking at it. I don't care if they're predicting to be the next biggest thing. You got to show me something, a real product, a real project, I mean. So that narrows down, you know, my research. All right, next article up. Talk about Texas. Texas weighs draconian cryptocurrency regulations with mandatory KYC and privacy coins ban. Texas is quick to throw a cease and desist on somebody. An untitled bill before the Texas legislature is just ridiculous. House Bill 4371, which is less than 500 words long, calls for people to verify the identity of senders before receiving cryptocurrency. Well, what are you talking about? Verify the identity of senders. The bill also introduces to Texas law a difference between verified digital currencies and non-verified ones. It specifically seeks to promote the use of verified identity digital currencies, though it gives no name to such. What? What is a verified identity digital currency and why is Texas promoting it? Are they talking about Ripple? We don't know. Anyone can get hold of Ripple and own a Ripple account. Oh, wait, I have to remember, I got to separate it. Let me state that again. Anyone can get a hold of XRP and own a Ripple account. Ripple just has the means to identify the senders and receivers of XRP. Cryptocurrency is not a bank account. It's more of a bearer asset. You prove ownership by holding and using it. Verified identity digital currencies are few and far between. Yeah, because it's not centralized. The bill is putting higher demands on cryptocurrency than other digital forms of payment. When you pay at the store with a credit card, you normally don't have to present ID. The cashier typically assumes you're the card holder. If you commit fraud, that's on you. Demanding identification for a card purchase actually violates the terms and conditions of the card issuer. Yeah, I mean, my wife, she'll take my card and go shopping with it. It's got my name on it, not hers. But they never ask her, you know, can you show me ID? Does this card belong to you? But really, this just isn't how crypto works. Forget about receiving anonymous crypto donations if you're in the state of Texas and this bill passes. You put a Bitcoin address on Twitter, anyone can send BTC. Same with every other type of address, including XRP. In fact, if you put a PayPal email address up, people can send money that way. PayPal handles the KYC in that case. However, cryptocurrency users are being required to do the job that banks and financial institutions do. For what reason? How are they going to do that? How are you going to force that? To promote the use of verified, identified digital currencies or to discourage use of cryptocurrencies at all, how are you going to do that? So if I lived in Texas and I just on Facebook decided to put my Bitcoin address and say, hey, I'm accepting donations, and somebody sends me money to my account, how am I going to know who that address belongs to go back and say, I need your identification before I can accept your money? It's ridiculous. And how are they going to enforce that? That's really going to, imagine this. They say, wow, we noticed $20,000 hit your Coinbase account. And it came from this wallet. Who does that wallet belong to? And you say, I don't know. And they say, well, you are not allowed to accept that money until you can verify who sent you that money, and we're going to confiscate it. What? What's the penalties? The well-played banksters. It has to be the latter. The bill smacks of lobbyist influence. The simplicity of it is startling. It doesn't define the reason for its demands, nor does it talk about the correct way to conduct these KYC checks. But really, why should everyday people have to know who the senders of crypto are? Business already have certain know your customer regulations. They keep records when they receive a payment and where they ship an order to. When they sell products only intended for adults, they verify that information too. Also, even would add Chapter 66.2 to the Business and Commerce Code of Texas. It specifically says, before accepting payment by digital currency, a person must identify or must verify the identity of the person sending payment. Let me read that one more time. I got to get this in my head. Before accepting payment by a digital currency. Okay, I don't need to accept the payment. It's already done whether I accept it or not. They're sending it to my address. A person must verify the identity of the person sending payment. A person is not required to verify the identity of a person sending payment if the payment is sent by a verified digital identity, digital currency. Okay, so now that's something different now. So let's say if the money came to you through Coinbase. Somebody used their Coinbase account to send you Bitcoin, or they use their Uphold to send you Bitcoin. Then in that case, those two services are working and are licensed with the SEC, and they have KYC. So that can be verified. But what if somebody says, well, they're sending it to you through their Exodus wallet, or they're sending it to you from a paper wallet, or they're sending it to you from a Treasure or Ledger, or their BRD wallet? That's a different story. How are they going to have the manpower to try to even to enforce this? Anyways, the bill's author, Phil Stevenson, is a certified public accountant. It's not unreasonable to believe that perhaps one of his former clients has some skin in the game. In the best case, the move will create a market for verified digital currency. In the worst case, it will have a serious cooling effect on Texas and cryptocurrency. I say the latter. Texans, call your representative. Stevenson represents just over 100,000 people. He either thinks this bill will somehow benefit them by making it much harder to receive next generation money, or he's not thinking about them at all. If you make a sale on Craigslist via cash, you don't have to ask the buyer for ID. Why should it be any different for cryptocurrency? Stevenson is a member of the Texas Republican Party, but this is decidedly non-conservative legislation. It's an example of government overreach that, if passed, will almost certainly damage a very nascent industry. If you live in Texas Legislative District 85, parts of Fort Bend, all of Wharton, or Jackson, please reach out to your representative immediately. Regulations and laws have a way of replicating themselves in other jurisdictions, especially when they're engineered by large interests such as banks and payment processors. If they can pull it off in Texas, they can probably do it in most other states. No, it's not going to happen in California, Wyoming, Iowa, Florida. But anyways, we don't want them to have a precedent set. Explain to them the onerous nature of this bill and why it's a violation of your rights as a Texan. Texas, stand up. Texans, stand up. Anybody on here from Texas? All right. Last article up. We've got a news flash. SEC chief confirms analysis that Ethereum isn't a security. Why is that news? They did this last year. They already made this statement. Why is it making news again today? Let's see. They stated last year that Ethereum and Bitcoin are not securities, and Ripple's trying hard to also be classified in that group. SEC Chairman Jay Clayton has formally confirmed existing staff analysis. Oh, so is that the difference? Last year, it was a staff that made this statement. Now, Jay Clayton formally confirms it. So they confirm Ethereum and other similar decentralized cryptocurrency assets are not securities, even if they were initially sold through an illegal securities offering. SEC chairman agrees with analysis that says Ethereum, similar crypto. What do you mean by similar crypto assets? You got to name names here. Are not securities. Clayton made this revelation in a letter sent to U.S. House Rep. Ted Budd, who had requested that the SEC provide clarity on whether SEC Director of the Division of Corporate Finance, William Hinman, spoke for the agency when he said that Ethereum was not a security or was merely voicing his own opinion. While Clayton did not reference Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency by name, he confirmed that he agrees with Hinman's analysis of what crypto assets fall under the securities classification. In a key section, he writes, "Your letter also asks whether I agree with certain statements concerning digital tokens in Director Hinman's June 2018 speech. I agree that the analysis of whether a digital asset is offered or sold as a security is not static and does not strictly adhere to the instrument. A digital asset may be offered and sold initially as a security because it meets the definition of an investment contract, but that doesn't. Last year, coin that did not go through an ICO, what they're saying now is remains a security. That is big news for the entire. If all these other coins that come out or that are out there right now may fall under that category. So be prepared to see Ripple start pressuring the SEC to name them to not be considered a security. And it's officially coming from Jay Clayton. He just said Big Ethereum is not a security, taking a whole step further. Now, I heard about that movie Crypto coming out. I haven't seen any trailer for it yet. I got to watch that trailer. But I know there's a movie coming out called Crypto. Let's see if they do crypto service. Either way, getting more exposure. So he says, I agree with Director Hinman's explanation transaction may no longer represent an investment contract if, for example, prospect a person or group to carry out the essential managerial or entrepreneurial efforts. It may not represent it under the Howey framework. That's true. They've been saying, confirmed. Hinman, as CCN reported, had said in 2018 that a crypto asset like Ethereum, which was initially distributed through a sort of ICO offering, may have been a security when it was first issued. However, over time, the crypto became sufficiently decentralized following the network's launch as, among other factors, new currency units came to be introduced through mining rather. However, until now, it was indicating official SEC policy or his own personal views previously. So previously, Clayton had a security, but he had to address other assets. Is crucial. Here is where it's important that if you're going to go out there and you want to start investing in the crypto space and you're looking up coins, that is why KGX and our community is so important. This is the distinction would have U.S. cryptocurrency exchanges. And the SEC previously warned that exchanges that list illegal securities could themselves face repercussions. That is another big thing. They haven't enforced this yet. So the day the SEC starts to enforce any coin that's seen as a security has to be booted off, you're going to see a huge shift in the market. Like all these coins on CoinMarketCap may not be able to be listed on U.S. exchanges. Do you know what type of impact that's going to have on the entire market? That's going to be huge. Whoa. Bitcoin just went up, 34 billion. It's down. He's coming into the space, but it's going to the altcoin. 19% up is VeChain. Let me go to the top performers again. This is just while I've been talking in the last 37 minutes. It went up a couple hundred million. Let's see, best case. Look at that, 145% com chain. iExec RLC is up 80%. Are these freaking pump and dumps? What the heck's going on here? Zcoin, Decred, Vein, Digibutter. There is a mad right now. All these, at least 7%, 6% or higher. Electronium is even up 5%. What's going on? Long time. This could further our institutional adoption, as questions surrounding cryptocurrency's legal status has been identified as one of several roadblocks to convincing more institutions to become active in the crypto space. Now, I'm not, but it's signed by Jay Clayton. So I fully expect you're going to hear, we've been hearing the CEO of Rupa running his mouth lately because he's upset about the JPM coin, but you're going to hear them now will be lobbying hard to make sure that the SEC or Jay Clayton starts to name names. Don't just say Bitcoin and Ethereum. Who else? Start naming. That is the news for today. Hope you learned something new. As always, that is the point. Make sure if you're listening for the first time, you hit the thumbs up button and also hit the what is it? Not the flag setting so that you get notified when I tentatively twice a day, 12 p.m. Always do it at those or at all. Things come up in my life. That's not commit to guarantee twice a day. I make it a goal to do twice a day. But I just make sure you hit that alert so it'll alert you. I plan